Hi YouTubers, hi, I'm back with the Physics 100 books, and it is Rag and Bones, New Twist on Timeless Tales, includes stories by Neil Gaiman, Garth Nix, and Kami Garcia. Here we go. In Rag and Bones, award-winning and best-selling authors retell classic fairy tales with twisted tales in a way they only can. With magic and passion, they bring these stories, whether much loved or forgotten, back to life. With Sleeping Beauty, as only Neil Gaiman can tell it, see Rumpelstiltskin through the eyes of Kami Garcia, and here, The Man Who Would Be King by the inimitable Garth Nix. Nice. And one thing I loved is this book is a tour de force of so many great authors. Kami Garcia, Kelly Armstrong, Melissa Marr, Jean Wolfe, Garth Nix, Neil Gaiman, Holly Black. I can't talk about each one. By Carrie Ryan, which starts off the book and it is actually my favourite. One thing I absolutely love is this. We all know these fairy stories, however, they've been Disneyfied. They've been kind of made lighter and softer. I remember when I read the original version of Snow White, and yeah, it's a lot more different than the one that you see in the Disney film, isn't it? So True Love's Kiss actually ripped that from Sleeping Beauty. So this is good. This embraces the dark aspects of these fairy tales. A lot of them don't have happy endings. A lot of them are twisted and convoluted. There's one here, this one that starts off, okay? It's based on the story The Machine Stops, okay? Entitled That the Machine May Progress Eternally. Now, this is about someone who becomes part of the machine. Here we go. This is when someone works a machine for so long, he comes to worship it, becomes a part of it. Even when the world about him decays, he doesn't move from where he sits. Here we go. Then the communication system collapses, the last throes of their dying world. Taffy knows that many around him have left their rooms to gather in the tunnels along the airship platforms. Unlike him, they did not know the inevitability of this day, and they had not been expecting and waiting. He has not known their fate as he has. The idea of joining one of these groups repulses him. He rubs his hand against his tunic, remembering the last time he came into physical contact with another human being. Someone from the surface who warned him of this day and asked him to eschew what he believed for a chance at life he did not want, who offered him a full salvation in a world he so embraces. Did you hear the touch of the gothic and the bleakness in that? And this is supposed to be a fairy story. It embraces the darker aspects. Another one here really made me smile deals with clones and parallel worlds, okay? There's more than one of you. And yeah, the actual character, TJ, is so indifferent to it. This is by The Cold Corner by Tim Pratt. There you go. This is where he meets the other him. I walked towards the bar and stood on a stool. The me behind the counter wore a black t-shirt, tight, that showed up his biceps. I had that brief and horrible thought, he's pretty cute. I shook it off. I bet I'm not that narcissistic. Just tell me, I said, when he sauntered over to me, is this hell or purgatory or something? Nah, that'd be kind of disappointment, wouldn't it? He shook his head. You went far away, clear to California. A couple of us went to Australia and New Zealand, went to Japan, teach English as a second language, ended up staying over there. You were the only one to go so far away and then come back. The bartender drew a beer and set it in front of me. The only one? I repeated. Sure, the bartender said. Don't remember? You were at a big gathering when we were 10 years old, I'm sure of that. You missed one when we were 15, a few of us missed that too. There was an away game at the time. One of us played ball. And of course, by that time of the 18-year-old reunion, you were gone. I used to pretend, I said slowly, that I had a brother, an identical twin. Except, wait, that's not right. The bartender drew himself a beer and took a sip. Aunt Helen used to say I was the only boy who ever had himself for an imaginary friend. A whole bar full of yourself. So good, so good. A lot of them are based on the original fairy tales and set times. A lot of them are very, very contemporary. So, and this one here, this is by Rick Yancey, and this is actually my favourite one. It's the when first we were gods, which is set in a decaying time where the rich can afford immortality. They live for thousands of years. They live until the sun goes over, and then they go and play new galaxies. And they're going to do it from time immemorial. This is Benedict Page, looking over his life and the woman he truly loved, who was a persist, who essentially is a poor living servant who lives as humans do. Is they can download their bodies, their memory chips onto new bodies, have them designed, all artificial. I do it again and again and again, each time choosing a different one if they wish. But it comes off the hands with Benefit is a kind of character he falls in love with his persist, but due to his immortal wife being what she is, he resort to murder. But what is the point of living if you're going to live forever? It's fantastic. So this is an astonishing piece of literature, and a lot of these will make fantastic films, or one of the mythology shows from years ago, like Steven Spielberg's Amazing Stories or The Storyteller. I would love that to see. Now, I can't go into each individual chapter, but each individual author brings their own typical voice to the point where, even though they're based on fairy stories, you actually forget about the originals. They've taken them and breathed them into new life. And the problem with it's an anthology is I pick my 3 favourites, but each one is golden. So I recommend this book. You're going to love it. And if you just have 100 book sign off, and bye now.